life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Hornets at Wizards. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Friday, March 8th with another free pick. Rocking with the Wizards -2.5. That is correct. Wizards -2.5. This is something I spotted on the schedule a while ago, and I don't know what the Wizards did to the NBA, but in this 16-game losing streak, which is pretty ridiculous in itself, they've played 15 playoff teams during that stretch. Only Utah is not making the playoffs of those 16 losses that they have. The last time that this team won a game, they actually won 2 in a row, was against Detroit and in San Antonio. Teams on their level. If you go almost 2 months without playing a team on your level and you lose every single game during that span, when a team that you can actually beat comes to town, I'm going to lay the points with you, especially under one basket, that you're going to break. These guys are professional. And if you watch the Wizards, even though they've been losing these games, it's not like they're not trying. The effort is there. They're just devoid of talent. Against this Charlotte team, a team that they're probably more talented than with all the injuries that Charlotte has, give me the Wizards -2.5 at home. Let's cash another ticket, y'all.
Pelicans at Sixers, NBA Shot Clock. Friday, March the 8th, 2024. Best bet of the day. Pelicans -8, 1 unit. Pelicans come into tonight's game off a blowout win in Toronto, expecting continued upward movement on the road at the East. New Orleans is 5-3 road at the East against the spread. All 3 non-covers coming against the Central. Philadelphia, of course, not being in the Central. Philadelphia without Joel Embiid is exhibiting extreme polarization in their ATS efficiency, road versus home. This team is 4-2 road without Joel Embiid against the spread, 1-9 at home. Not able to find any quality inexplicably at that point. This is a rematch of a game on November 29th, played in New Orleans. New Orleans 124, Philadelphia 114. Key point on the line, New Orleans -3 at home, -8 on the road, suggesting a win on average by 16 points. It is NBA Shot Clock on this Friday. Best bet of the day, New Orleans -8, 1 unit.
Wolves at Cavs. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Friday, March 5th with another free pick, and we're rocking with the Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line. Same reason I gave y'all Denver last night. Same reason I ended up taking Minnesota last night. You're going to give me the better team at a cheap price. I'm going to take that every single time. Now, at full strength, the Cavaliers can absolutely compete with Minnesota. But they're not at full strength, are they? They're missing Donovan Mitchell. Now they're missing Evan Mobley again. They're missing Max Strus. That's 3 out of 5 starters. And even with all their starters offensively, they're not great. Now you're going to expect me to believe they're going to beat an elite defensive team without all of that firepower? Not happening. I understand. Minnesota played last night. A tough game, a game that went down to the wire. But this team is built different. First of all, they're just on a clear mission. Of all the teams in the Western Conference, the number 1 seed means the most to Minnesota because they don't really have playoff experience like the rest of them. On top of that, without Cat, they really need that home court advantage. Speaking of no Cat, I understand that his loss is a huge one. I'm going to piss some Minnesota fans off, but the reality is, on a per 36-minute basis, Naz Reid's stats are similar enough to Cat's that he can make up for that production. I'm not comparing them as players. I'm talking about value over replacement, which is something as a capper you have to understand. If you go look at the lineup data, when you take out Cat and you put in Naz Reid, in those minutes, their offensive efficiency is pretty similar. The defensive efficiency is higher. I understand as a team with Cat, their ceiling is much higher, but here in the regular season, Naz Reid and the rest of the players can make up for those minutes. Give me the better team at the cheap price, Minnesota money line, and let's cash another ticket, y'all.
Magic at Knicks, 7:30 p.m. Madison Square Garden, New York, New York. A top lane in this game, under 208.5. Fourth matchup of the year between these Eastern Conference opponents. Data abundant, what we love. The total has gone over both times in Orlando, and it's gone under in New York. In Orlando, 117-108, and more recently, 118-100, over 214.5. And now the line is coming down at open to 207.5, suggesting a final score right around 200 points. Both of these teams play an extremely low pace, 25th and 29th respectively. Both teams have a top 11 defensive rating, and the Knicks, missing some principal offensive quality players, won't be able to score the ball with efficiency. Buy this one tonight, under 208.5, and let's cash this ticket.
Hawks at Grizzlies. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Friday, March 8th, with another free pick, and we're rocking with the under 216. This is a situation where the Hawks team, they just have to be graded differently, and the market is adjusted, might have even over-adjusted, but they've adjusted properly because with Trae Young in the lineup, the Hawks totals were like 245. Without Trae Young in the lineup, their totals are around just over 219. So the market has had to adjust the way they put up these totals, and now against a Grizzlies team that can't score since the All-Star break, averaging 102 points per 100 possessions, which is pathetic. And a Hawks team that's slowed down offensively and improved defensively. So everything points to the under in this game. And the thing that pushed me over the top, that got me to the window to make this bet, is the fact that not only is Trae Young out, not only is Okongwu out, but now Jalen Johnson is out. And there's an argument that could be made that if you're just going by value, not by talent, if you're just going by value, Jalen Johnson might be the second most valuable Hawk on that team. So you're taking out your best player, arguably your second to third best player, and Okongwu, who's a guy who gives them major minutes and productive minutes. Everything points towards the under for me. So give me the under 216. And what's going to probably be an ugly game. We don't care about that. All we care about is cashing tickets, y'all. Let's go.
Heat at Thunder, 8 o'clock. Paycom Center, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. A top lean in this game. Oklahoma City, -8.5. The Thunder come home off a lackluster road trip. 1-3 ATS last 4. In a bye zone where they perform great on their home court. Oklahoma City is 6-1 last 7 ATS at home, and more importantly for this cap, 10-2 ATS at home against the Eastern Conference. Miami comes into tonight's game purely in a brutal spot. 3rd in 4, road back-to-back off a tight loss in Dallas last night. Let the line tell you a heavy story here. On January 10th, Oklahoma City did go into Miami as a short road favorite, -2.5, and cover the spread and win outright, 128-120. Now at home, -8 open with strength, suggesting Oklahoma City by 11 points tonight. It is a top lean on NBA Shot Clock on this Friday. Oklahoma City, -8.5. Let's cash this ticket.
Bucks at Lakers. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Friday, March 8th, with another free pick, and we're rocking with the over 232.5. The Lakers, a transition team, a team that plays at the 5th fastest pace. I've been getting into arguments with people for the last couple of days because they keep saying, why do you say that the Lakers are a transition team? Well, first of all, the numbers say that. 5th fastest pace, 3rd most transition opportunity. So I'm not making that up. The numbers say that. But if you want to know from a philosophy standpoint, why is an older LeBron James playing in an offense that runs as much? The LeBron stands are going to get mad at this, but LeBron has not been able to beat his man consistently off the dribble for like 3 years. I'm going to give him 2 years to not be disrespectful, but I've been seeing it for like 3. But LeBron James, with a full head of steam coming at you downhill, is still the most unstoppable offensive weapon in the NBA, and that's why he plays that way. He can drive and kick. He can get to the basket. He can get easier opportunities than he does in a half-court set. So I say all that to say, with Giannis coming back, there's going to be some juice in the building. There's going to be some electricity. Milwaukee is one of the most efficient offenses in the league, which also leads me to the over. And finally, since the All-Star break, the Lakers are a bottom 3 defense in the NBA at the moment. So all of these factors push me to the over 232.5, and it'll cash y'all yet another ticket.
Rockets at Blazers, 10 o'clock. Portland, Oregon, a late night lean for you guys on NBA Shot Clock as we bring you a lean or an official play for every single game. Top lean in this game, under 219. These teams played in Houston on January 24th, and the total went way over in overtime, 137 to 131. It was a 248 total in regulation, way over the 221 allotted point by the books. Now books are moving the line down to 218.5 at open, and this connects with a narrative that we've been speaking about on NBA Shot Clock all week. The deep intention by the league to have the referees call the games differently, allowing more physical defense to be played. Houston wants to revenge this game, having taken a 6-point loss at home. And when Houston plays their best ball with Ime Udoka leading the way as head coach, they play great defense and a lower pace. Portland is very poor offensively. They won't score the ball versus a motivated Houston team. It is a top lean on the late night card, NBA Shot Clock on this Friday. Under 219, let's cash this ticket.